Welcome to Why Your Business is Invisible Online, the podcast that connects businesses online with the people they want to serve. Joining me are my two co-hosts, and here they are.
I'm Jim Falotico. When I'm not helping my clients grow their businesses online, you can find me traveling with friends and family.
Hi, I'm Kelly Biggs, and I'm the AT alien of the group. I love hanging with friends and family, and when I'm not doing that, you can find me on Peloton. I've clocked over 2,000 rides so far.
And I'm your host, John Maniatis from Oakville, Ontario, Canada, with my guitar in hand, my Wi-Fi on life support, but always in tune with my clients. Google My Business, or Google, what it's called today, GBP, or Google Business Profile, isn't important. And I think we've heard that from, a few clients who don't think it's a big deal. We know different. At least I'll speak for myself. Locally, for local SEO or locally being found, it is critical. And I'm sure you guys have some stories on where you've done bang up jobs, or maybe some horror stories with GBPs, with people who have done nothing on them. Okay, so I worked with a gentleman who sells blinds for homes and so forth. And he really didn't have a lot of confidence in, building up his Google business profile. But for me, it was, I wanted to eventually show him the merits of a bigger SEO package. But I knew that to kick things off, I said to him, for just a few $100s, I'll sit down with your entire business and I'll fill in every little corner, every little aspect of your Google business profile, including your entire inventory. Like, I literally put every product he offers on
Wait
there.
a minute. Did you know? Did you know? Did you ask how many products?
Yeah, he did that one. Yeah. No, I did. It wasn't that much, so it was easy.
Okay.
Yeah. And he supplied all the photos in advance, and it was just, for me, it was cut and paste. But it doesn't take that long. It just takes some time to ask the right questions, and they appreciate it. They appreciate that you're diving into their business by asking all those questions. You're building that trust every step of the way, and so that's what it was like with this guy. He had no interest in digital. He's one of those gentlemen that just said, I have a referral business. It's a bit slow right now, but I'm fine. It's a referral business. And I said, yeah, but don't you want to be busy all the time? He goes, yeah, I'd love that. And I said, okay, well, why don't you let your Google business profile do the heavy lifting for you in those, slower seasons? And that's what got him hooked. But in the end, filling out that Google business profile with all the details that it allows you to fill in made all the difference. Literally, in my networking group, he'd come in every other week and say, man, that digital profile is getting me business all the time. It just sprinkled, like, he goes, I still get most of my business from referrals, but this thing, when things are slow, it's constantly paying for itself big time. And so, he was thrilled with it in the end. And I think a lot of it had to do with putting his inventory with all the categories. And I didn't realize how many categories there were in the world of blinds, but there are quite a few. And it worked out perfectly. So I don't know if you guys have any success stories. I think we all get it in terms of how important it is, but I'd love to hear what you guys think.
It's interesting because what I would say is, I always say, I just try to make things akin to, like, a lot of people are just used to physical buildings, right? Mm-hmm. So if I think about, if we think about the super highway of the internet, mm-hmm. then if we're driving down the super highway of the internet and we're riding down a block that has a whole bunch of stores, the actual physical stores are akin to your website online, like mm-hmm. going into the store and learning everything you have to offer and walking down every row. It needs to be laid out correctly. But before I go there, I want to see, I'm doing some window shopping. Mm-hmm. And mm-hmm. so the window shopping is Google Business Profile. Mm-hmm. Basically, where that's seen for context is, if I type in personal injury lawyers near me, and this is how you can know, actually, that's how you can know whether it's important for your business. or how important. So that's the difference between local and not. Like when you type in that near me,
Yes.
and if Google thinks you are a local business, what you will see is what we call like the map pack, where, you see it like it's in the middle, you see a map, and then over to the left side, you see like typically 3, maybe 4 businesses that are highlighted there. And those 4 are doing what we call local SEO. And the number one ranking factor, you mentioned it, John, is having your Google business profile updated and relevant. And so what you do then is, okay, how do I get it relevant? To your point, John, then you fill out the Google business profile. I know when we started, and I haven't looked at the new numbers now, but in 2020, that only 42% of businesses had claimed their business, the Google business profile. So if you happen to be one of them, and again, if you still don't know if you've done it, you can type in your business name, and then if it's saying, "Do you own this business?"
Right. Would you like to claim this? Yeah.
You probably might need to claim it and do that. So
that still happens. I know that still happens
still
today.
does happen, right?
Yeah.
And so, but it's an easy fix. It really just costs you your time because you're just going in there. You got to claim your business. That's a little bit of an instance because Google's going to send you something to verify that you're physically where you say you are, whatever. But then once you do that, you have this unique opportunity to really describe your business, what it is you do, what it is you do different. And it does end up being, it's actually the number one ranking factor. So if you do not have this filled out and you are supposed to show up for near me, then that's something that you do. And so I've worked with many companies that, let's go back to the example of when somebody says to me, "Oh, I have an Instagram," right? And then I at least say, "But are you at least listed on Google?" And they're like, "I don't know." And 9 times out of 10, they're not. And I'm like, let's just start here. And some people even, to your point, John, use that as kind of their, like they'll do, some people get away with doing that depending on how thorough it is and not even doing a website. I don't think that's sustainable, but it's a great starting place because people can then go there.
The one thing that people, and Kelly was just talking about it, that some people won't even have a website. They'll have like a Facebook page and a Google business profile. And that's kind of all they need for small business. A lot of restaurants are like that, where they'll have a Google business profile. So they'll show up for that. And then when you want to see their menu, it's either on their Google business profile or you go to their Facebook page, and it's a PDF or a picture of a menu. But it's an inexpensive way to kind of get in business. I had a particular situation with a carpet cleaning company. Carpet cleaning company's been around for 20 plus years, never really embraced digital, and did one of those, threw up a website and never touched the Google business profile and couldn't figure out why he wasn't getting leads. And he didn't have the year of, his Google business profile needed to be updated, but he didn't have the year he started, which is a factor within the Google business profile that says, okay, these guys are legit. They've been in business for a long time. And so that was critical. And we built a new website for him, and he wanted to do local service ads. He's local. He's a carpet cleaner. He can only go within 25, 30 miles of his location. So he couldn't figure out why he said, "I'll pay for ads." And he couldn't figure out why his ads weren't showing up. And it turns out he didn't have enough reviews. And his Google business profile didn't have any images. And he didn't explain the services that he provided in any detail. And so we tuned up his Google business profile. We added images. We added frequently asked questions. We connected his social media that he had. All those things help build that authority that makes the Google business profile kind of the first place people look, right? And then the next thing, and Kelly mentioned it, that having a Google business profile is a number one ranking thing, but the second one is having reviews.
Yes.
And so he didn't have many reviews, And so when you looked at his competitors, they had more reviews, significantly more reviews, and they had better reviews. And his reviews were a year, 2 years old. So his homework was to go to his current clients he's used in the last 6 months, let's say, and ask for a review.
Yeah.
And I showed him how to get the little link, out of the Google Business Profile and put it on a text or an email or whatever. But he started getting reviews. And the next thing you know, his traffic went up on his website and his ads. He started actually being able to spend some money in ads to get leads to convert more business because the profile was updated. He got more reviews. Therefore, Google said, these guys are legit, right? I trust them. I'm going to serve them up. I mean, he was Google guaranteed as a local service. He was doing local service ads. So, when you do Google guarantee, that means that you have an insurance certificate. Depending on your business, you have an insurance certificate and some sort of registration with the state. And that legitimizes the business, along with your profile, along with your website. All those things are important. So Google will actually serve you up at the top for local service ads. And so he started getting more and more leads. And now he's able to generate more leads, grow the business and all those things, basically from just tuning up the Google Business Profile and optimizing as best you can everything within that, including the reviews, to really make it all come together.
Yeah. Bottom line, I mean, it's the first thing we do as digital marketers and digital marketing consultants. It's the first thing we look at because it's an easy win to get clients rolling. Make sure we've optimized that Google business profile, especially for local searches. And so once that's done and optimized, then you can move on to more serious SEO tactics. But that has to be done up front. And so myth-wise, Google Business Profile is very, very important and is the first thing you should optimize. And that wraps up another episode. My name is John.
This is Jim.
And I'm Kelly. Thanks for joining. Hey, don't forget to subscribe.
Thank you for tuning in to Why Your Business is Invisible Online. If you enjoyed today's episode, please do us a favor and subscribe and follow us on Spotify and Apple. Be sure to share it with other business owners who might find it helpful. If you want to dig deeper, contact us at ruinvisibleonline.com. That's capital letter R, capital letter U, followed by invisibleonline.com. Or message us on our LinkedIn business profile with the same title, Are You Invisible Online? The information shared in this podcast is for educational purposes only and should not be considered professional advice. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and may or may not reflect the official policy or position of WSI Corporate. Always consult a qualified digital marketing expert before making significant changes to your online strategy. Until next time, keep connecting with the people who matter most to your business and join us for our next episode.